Hello, today's training video is about renewals. If you access our training site, training.smallloansoftware.com, under Quick Start and Renewals, you'll have, it'll show you the renewal types, renewal inside the office, renewal via phone or mail, renew via email, and then loan types, whether it's a new loan, a former borrower, a borrower renew, no cash renewal, or an in full payoff. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go through each of those inside the software, talk about each of those loans and what they look like inside the software. So I'm going to go ahead and just search the account, pull up accounts until we find some accounts we can start doing loans with. Pull up this first account, good. They can renew and receive $78. So I'm going to make this an office renewal where it's inside the office. So the options are below their renew. If just the renew button is renew inside the office, right then live renewal. You can renew by mail. Renew by phone, renew by email. This particular loan, we're going to go ahead and do renew like they were in the office. So I'm going to click on renew, and at this point, the person has $300 of high credit. That means that's the most they can be lent out, and a term of 5 months. To make it a little bit higher, say they have been with us for a while, and this particular customer has only had one loan with us. So. But say they had been with us a while, they'd had several loans. You come in, you can edit their high credit, edit, no details. Say if they've been making several payments on time, they're good. We can go ahead and raise them. $500, maybe over 6 months. Okay, let's go ahead and click on renew. And MLA, different subject, so we'll say no. Change amount financed on new contract. Well, the old contract would have had $300 for 5 months, so say yes. So you have $500 over 6 months. First payday is 1 month from today, because today is March 22nd. So go ahead and click continue. Let's go ahead and view the documents that it created. This is the promissory note, and that is for today's date, because we're renewing the customer, and this is a customer that had a loan. That's what a renewal is, a customer that had a loan, and we're renewing into a new loan. So we'll go ahead and print these documents out and say yes, they printed okay, and the new count is now complete. Documents are printed, and they have the new loan. So they will then sign the documents and file it away, give them their money, check, and then they'll come in and pay in 1 month on their loan. And that is renew a loan from the office. So let's go ahead and go to the next account. Let's do a phone or mail loan. And phone or mail loan pretty much work the same way. 1 second, let me go forward to a customer that can receive money. Okay, this customer can receive $208.25. There. Let's see. They have a high credit of $1480. Let's leave it on that. Let's go ahead and do renew by mail. Renew by mail and renew by phone both function the same way. When you select the renew by mail, go ahead and click note MLA. I'm doing an MLA search. I want to change the amount finance. I'm just going to look over, so I'm going to say yes because I want to look over things. $1,400 over 12 months. First payment $425. Okay, and payment is $190.86 per month. I'm going to say continue. And view the promissory note. Promissory note is, if you'll see, it's not, let's see, 3/25/22, so it's 3 days from now. And when you're doing a phone or mail loan, it's going to make your promissory note 3 days from the date you make it, because you need a couple of days for this to get to the customer, for the customer to sign it, and then to get back to you. So that's normally about 3 days. If Sunday is one of the days, then it's 4 days. So today's March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So here it is, the 25th. is the promissory notes for. So you would print this out. Yes, print it out, okay. And terms, print that out. That would be a list of the terms of the loan. Yes. And then check number, if you have check turned on. 2382. Check printed okay, just say yes. Okay, loan is complete. So, but again, if it's a by mail or by phone, it will make it 3 days out to have time to get the contract over to the customer, to get it signed, to get it back to you. So it won't show today's date, it'll show 3 days ahead. If Sunday was in those days at all, it would be 4 days ahead. So if today was Friday, it'd be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it'd be Wednesday date. But as long as Sunday's not in the date, there's 3 days ahead. And that would is today. So today's the 22nd, so 3 days ahead would be the 25th. And this allows for both mail loan and phone loan to give it time for the contract to get to the customer, sign it, get it back for the loan to be in effect. So let's take a look at what happens when you renew by email. Okay, this customer can receive $88. So let's go ahead and renew them by email. Go to MLA search. Change amount finance contract. Let's take a look at it. So $600 at over 9 months. First payment is $422, and go ahead and click continue. And then you can view the document. Let's go ahead and view it. 322 promissory note. Okay, everything's ready with that. And it does have a date of today for email loan. Okay. Now what has happened now is the borrower has been sent via email instructions on signing the offer, the renewal offer. And as long as the customer signs the renewal offer, at this point the customer has only been offered a loan. They have not been given a loan yet. They've all been offered the loan. So until they sign the documents on the back end through their email, and then it comes back into the software, the loan is not, as of now, is not complete. The only thing that can be done at this point is to cancel the email loan. So until they've signed, until it's come back through, and then they are funded, right now it's just in a state of waiting for them to finish the loan. If you want to cancel the loan, you can do cancel email offer. And you'd have to type in rescind for rescinding the offer. And this particular email loan will not have gone through. So this is how you do the renewal in Office. Either mail or phone, does the same thing and adds 3 days to the contract. Renewal by mail is an offer. When you do this, an offer goes out to the customer. It is not finished until the customer's end is complete. Documents come back in to the system, and then the loan is complete and can be funded to their bank. So let's talk about a new loan. There are. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. So you go to the training website, training.smallandsoftware.com. Click start. Renewals. There are new loans. That's new customers that have never been with you before. That's making a loan to them. So what would happen is this: if a customer has never been with you before, they're not in the system, you would come over to create account. And you would enter all their information because they're a brand new customer, social security number, and then street number, name. The items in red are the minimal information you would need to, at this point, pull a credit bureau for the customer, evaluate whether you're going to make them a loan. But we've decided that this David Buggs, we're going to go ahead and make him a loan. So we're going to go under create account. that they are in the office right now. So, okay. Coming through here, making sure that all the information that we would have entered a lot more information, make sure that's correct prior to finishing the loan. Okay, good. So we're going to give this person a $500 loan, term of 5 months to pay it back, and make the loan effective today. And here we'll show that first pay date is 4/22, so 1 month from today. Regular pay $130, continue. Print loan documents. It's not complete until you view print loan documents and you go over the loan with the customer. Yes, everything printed okay. Check number for the customer. And then you pull up check printed. Just say yes, it printed okay. Account is complete for this customer, and it's Boggs David, amount finance $500, term 5 months. It's the first loan at this amount and this term. They've got a high credit, which is the highest they could take out a loan is for $500, and a term of 5 months. The date that it was made was today, 3/22/22, and the first payday is on 4/22/22. That's for a new loan. So we have new loans. We have former borrowers. Former borrower is the only difference between a new loan and a former borrower is that the customer has taken out a loan and does not currently have a loan with the company. So you might be repeating a lot of the same process as you would a new loan. The customer would be in the system, so possibly in the system as an app or previously as an account. And if they were previously in the system as an account but paid off, then all you would need to do if they were paid off and you decided that you wanted to give them a former borrower a loan, you would come down to renew, because their information would be there. They would be at a zero balance. They would have paid off maybe 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, however long ago. You checked all their information, you want to go ahead and renew them. So you would click renew and you would go through the same process, and that would be for a former borrower. The former borrower would be in here, they would just be at a zero balance. So let's take a look at a BR. What is a BR? BR, borrow renew. This is when a current borrower renews their loan to a new loan. Normally they receive money as part of their renewal process. So BR, they receive money to renew their loan. So let's come through here and let's take a look at the next people. And what we're looking for here is to be in green, where they actually have money that they can be given back if they renew their loan to this particular customer. And what happens is, depending on your settings, and the settings under config and under loan info and under renewal options, renewal customer after so many payments. So right now it's no restrictions on number of payments, but you could restrict it to they have to make 1 or 2 or 3 payments first. There are restrictions on this particular demo of second due date, so you cannot renew the customer until they have paid twice, after their second due date. So after they've paid twice, then at that moment the software will allow you to make a loan to the customer. So this particular customer is paid twice. It's now in their 3rd month, so they could come in and renew and receive $19. It's not a perfect example of somebody who would want to come in and renew to receive $19, but say you were talking to this customer and you want to offer them the renewal. Hey, you don't have to pay today. You get $19 back, and they're like, okay, so this is a BR. This is a borrow renew. This borrower is current. We're going to renew this borrower. So let's take a look. Go ahead and click on renew, and we're going to just renew in office just to make it simple. No. Look at it. Amount financed, $1,480 over 12 months, and continue. And what happens is the old loan is paid off, and then their new loan docs are then created. So yes, new account complete. So the old loan docs are paid off, and then the customer would receive the $18 back within the documents. If you had pulled them up, printed out, they would have showed that, and handed back the customer back the money, and then you have a BR renew. So this is a customer who is on the books right now, has a loan out, and they receive money back. So we have an NC, which is a no cash renewal. So more than likely, a no cash renewal would be somebody that's late and they're making payments to get caught up. So let's kind of come through here and take a look at an account that has to pay to renew. Some of these accounts are just don't meet the criteria here. Green, they receive money, pay to renew. Okay, so this particular account has to pay $110.76 to renew because they're past due at this point. So we're going to come in here. We're going to go ahead and this would be considered a NC, which is a no cash renewal, meaning they do not receive cash back when the borrower renews their loan and has to pay money to renew. So here's an example of a customer who has to pay money to renew. So I'm going to go ahead and click on renew. Type that in right. Go ahead and click on renew. No MLA. Change amount finance, 1,412 months, continue. You must collect $110.76 to renew this loan. So you're going to, yes, collect $110.76 for the customer. They're paying you to renew. So then what happens at this point is you collect the money, you renew the loan, pull up the documents, they sign, brand new loan. Yes, documents printed okay, new account complete. So this customer was past due. They paid they could have paid and become current, but was decided in this particular loan, hey, let's just go ahead and pay to renew, and then which was a bit less than what they had owed for the month, because they owed the past due amount plus their new month amount, so they're past due 1 month that they owed 2 payments. So they made the past due amount and then they renewed the loan. So then it kind of saved them some money from having to pay both the past due and then current amount at this time. So that's why renewing this customer was a good option. Okay, so this is we've gone over new loans, former borrowers, borrow renew, no cash renewal. So one final type, and that is the in full payoff. So if you have somebody come in, and let's go ahead and take a payment from them. And right now, if they come in and they pay in full, and you print the receipt, save payment. If you want to send the customer a receipt by email, you can. Okay, so let's send to the customer. Record saved. The account has been paid out. Please mark the contact as paid in full. So on your reporting, accounting, and view documents, period report, once you close out the day, it'll look similar to this. And you'll have how many people for the day were new loans, how many former borrowers, how many no cash renewals, and this is under your period report, how many were borrower renews, and then total, and any in full payoffs. So this was for 3/16, but when you close the day today, you'll create a period report, and that in full payoff will show, and so will all the other renewals types that were done for the day. So let's take a look over here. So when it comes to renewals, you can restrict through, let's open this back up again, contact, config, loan info, and renewal options. So when it comes to renewals, you can restrict renewals in the following ways. Renew after number of payments. So you can choose, say, 3, and they cannot renew their loan until after they made 3 payments. This restriction is turned off under this demo, but if it was turned on to 1 or 2 or 3, then you would not be allowed to make a loan to that customer until they made that number of payments. Okay, renewal override over $100. After first due date, so you can choose the renewal to restrict to renew over $100. So any amount over $100, you can say anytime after 90 days, 180 days, 120 days. So if it's an amount over $100, you're going to wait until after their second due date or after their third due date. That's an option there for restricting the loan. You can restrict how much cash back someone will get. So if we showed a loan where we gave them $19 back, but if we had put in here, say $30, then that particular customer that we renewed at $19, we would not have been allowed to renew that customer. So this area is the restrictions for renewals. If you have restrictions in place here for, say, your office staff or general office staff, CSRs, person who is greeting the customer, they're not a manager, they're not a supervisor, they're restricted to only be able to offer loans after the second due date. Well, if you're a supervisor or a manager, go in here and click on user information, permissions. So you have what's the renewal loan. You have whether a clerk can do it, manager, supervisor, home office. Well, you can override all those restrictions. Normally, the clerk is not allowed to override the renewal restrictions, but a supervisor can. Say if you're a one location and you have a manager, the manager can override the restrictions. So if this is checked here and you have that specific permissions, then you can override config loan info renewal options. If you have that checked for your user permission, then you're overriding this, meaning that you can come in and renew a loan before the second due date. So just keep that in mind. If these are in place and you have override allowed for a particular user, they can come in and override these restrictions. Now, when you make a loan or when you're changing the restrictions and you want to know, well, I had these restrictions in place, well, who overrode the loan? If you come up to reports, accounting reports, significant event, run the report for today, you're going to see all of the information for the day that was changed. So if somebody was modified, renewal restrictions from a certain, like if they were turned from a 2 to a 3 month before renewal, it will be in here who did it. If you modified any other information for the customer, it'll be in here and who did it. And all the items that you did for the day, that an employee did for the day. If it was an event like we changed this particular customer from 300 high credit to 500 high credit from 5 to 6 months, it's in here. So anything underneath your loan as far as sorry, let's go ahead and pull up a customer. This is a step beyond renewals. I just want to make sure that you understand that if you do renew a customer, it's going to be under SIG event and who did it. Any information changes in these areas for customer information, payments, things like that, the contacts, they'll be in either contact report or they'll be in significant event, and you'll be able to see who did the renewal and who did, say, an email renewal and then who rescinded the renewal. So this is the majority of renewals. There are some other options for renewals, but this is all that will be covered today. And thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great day.